Is your side income all side and no income? Or worse, is your new business just stagnating, sitting there struggling to survive, kicking for life, but getting nothing? In this video, I'm going to show you a common problem new entrepreneurs face and how to get around it so that you can get to the money in less time. Let's roll. I have a life that I'm going after, a life that I'm going to have. I used to have my development work scheduled for the first third to half of the day. And that makes sense because I'm a tech entrepreneur. But the problem with that is this. Just because I'm a tech entrepreneur doesn't exactly mean that the highest priority thing to do is to develop. And if you are a software developer, jumping out of just the 9-to-5 income and starting to build your own for yourself, you are probably going to run into this exact same situation. As an employee at a software company, you are paid to write software, and you are judged by how much you write and how well you wrote it. But as an entrepreneur, that is no longer the case. You are not paid based on how much code you write. You are paid based on the value you produce for other people. This misunderstanding is a common problem within entrepreneurship. In the book, The EMyth, Michael E. Gerber goes over this common problem in America. Businesses are not started by entrepreneurs. Businesses are actually started by technicians. Stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to be showing you how to get more money by being more of an entrepreneur and less of a technician. That way you can get more income and less side in your business. All right, let's roll. Most people don't realize this until their struggle to get the business working ends up making them shut the business down. The work that you did at your 9-to-5, the work that you are accustomed to doing, the technical work that you are great at, is only one small part of an entire ecosystem of systems, plans, and actions that create the business that you are getting paid from, that create the ability to generate revenue. All right, guys, here's the meat and potatoes of the video. Get your taters right now. Inside the EMyth, Michael talks about solving this problem by presenting your inner entrepreneur with an entrepreneurial model. That entrepreneurial model allows you to get excited about doing the entire business, the entire system as a whole, and not just focus on your technical portion. Now, this system is made up of many different parts, and I'm just going to talk about the part that kills most businesses. Getting the business. Once you get the business, you then service the customer, and then you capitalize on that customer by getting testimonials, reviews, and getting them to come back for repeat buys. But that is later, and most people don't even make it to that stage of business. So let's talk about the beginning. Just getting the business in the first place. You can simplify this portion of the system into a sales funnel. The sales funnel is essentially a step-by-step process that takes your customer from attention, from hearing about you, into the close or the sale, which gets you your customer. And sales is the lifeblood of every single business. If your business isn't growing, it's probably because you're not getting sales. If your business isn't growing, you need to grow that number, grow that top line, grow it, and it will become a lot better. Before I get into the sales funnel, actually, I will eventually put out a video on So Hard sales funnel and how we step customers through the pipeline. If you're excited for that video, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you will actually know when that video comes out. All right, guys, the sales funnel. I am going to explain the sales funnel just by breaking it into 3 simple parts. The sales funnels get to be a bit more typical when you talk about industry to industry or business type to business type, but essentially every single company can have a different sales funnel, and you should figure out what works for you and your business. But let's just start with the basics by cutting it down into 3 steps. Step number 1 is attention. If you remember my video on how attention is everything, you know that literally without attention, you don't have a business. And this shows you in even more clarity why that's true. Attention is at the top of the funnel. If you think about a funnel, I'll actually show one right here. If you look at the funnel, the top is what allows anything to come through. If there is no top of the funnel, then nothing comes through the bottom, right? And you need dollars to come through the bottom. A funnel basically takes eyeballs through the top of the funnel and outputs dollars at the end, right? So step number one, get attention. Get attention on your product using some innovative strategy that you come up with, and you will have the beginnings of your sales funnel. Step number two, I'll call this interest. After you have gotten attention, after you have caught an eyeball, whether that be an eyeball on the street getting ready to walk into your store, or an eyeball on the internet that saw a post or a video that you put out. After your business comes in contact with this eyeball, you need to move it into the next stage, which is interest. You need to allow the customer to self-select that they are interested in what this business is doing or selling. Without this step in the process, without this step inside of the sales funnel, you will not be able to make it to the sale. Every piece of the funnel is crucial. Let's talk about what a couple different interest type activities would be. What would a sample step in this process be? Let's assume that you have a brick and mortar store. Someone seeing the store would be the eyeball. You can tell that someone is interested by one, the fact that they came in the door, and two, by the fact that they start to look around and pick up things and read, flip through the different things that you're selling in there. If it's an online business, you can tell that someone's interested by whether or not they signed up. Did they get a free trial? Did they get on the email list? Did they download your resource? What did the customer do to indicate that they have some interest? If you don't have a way for them to self-select that they have interest, then they will never get to the portion of your business where they pull out the wallet. All right, step number 3 is going to be the close. I'm calling it the close because this is the section of the funnel where you initiate some contact with the customer. The customer has some sort of interaction with the business that allows the customer to understand that this is exactly what they want. This is the exact price. This is the exact product. And if I want to do business with you, then what I need to do is pull out this exact amount for this specific product or service. All right, now we're going to talk about the close. The close is the third and final portion of this hypothetical sales funnel. And in this portion, the customer is going to come in contact with the business in some way. If you're at the brick and mortar store, they're going to pick up the clothes and they're going to go to the register and they're going to watch you beep, beep, beep. Get my ad libs. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, beep, oh. Okay, enough of that. Okay, but anyway, the customer's going to see you ring up the items. They're going to be looking at the price tags. They're going to interact with you in a way where they understand exactly what product or service they're getting for exactly what price, right? As long as you service them in a way that they expect, in a way that makes them happy, a percentage of these customers will close. They will give you money. Once you're at this stage, there is a percentage of people that are just going to do it. And if you have had the attention, the self-selection of interest, and you get to the close and you don't fumble the close, you have made a sale. Some percentage of the eyeballs has been converted into dollars. And that's what you need in your business. With that understanding, you can now go out and crush it inside of your own business. What I want you to do now is like the video if it brought you value. If it brought you any value at all, hit the like button so that the algorithm can get your boy more views, so that I can service you better. While you're at it, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. And throw a comment down below. What I want you to answer is this. Were you making this mistake in your business? Were you being the technician and not the entrepreneur? If so, what are you going to change now? What are you going to do now that you understand that the technician is not going to create the business? Thanks for watching, family. I'll catch you next time. I'm going to be showing you how to become more of an entrepreneur and less of a technician so that you can get more more income and less moving on. More of an entrepreneur and less of a technician. It's getting technical in this deal, dog.